Let's do it. All right. So we are here today with some special guests in the house.
Sir. Yes, sir.
We got James Slade and Dylan. They just came off of a fantastic run over at Rancho and with the men's team, or the boys team, I guess we call it, right? What they accomplished. So great to have you guys.
Congratulations, guys. Give them a round of applause. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right, cool. So super stoked to have you guys here. You guys just came off a historic run as I was season Cody, the best basketball team in Rancho Cotate's history that just officially season ended.
Yeah. We can still go out to the rec and we can start.
Yeah, I'll be injured tomorrow. So we like to start this with a little either or question. Try those people the dozens of viewers that have watched us each time know this. It's just, which of these answers do you prefer? If you have a mystery third option, feel free to share it and kind of just talk about it for a few minutes. Sound like a good plan? Good start?
Sounds great.
Cody, you want to roll first or you want me to go?
You start it off.
All right, so because we got some basketball in the house, first question has to be, are we doing Michael Jordan or LeBron James? What are we doing? LeBron James or Jordan?
Or Bam Adebayo.
Or Bam, apparently.
Yeah, he just scored, 83?
83.
And counting, or is it
No,
done?
it's
God damn.
I'm going to go Steph Curry.
Let's
I'm
go.
going to go a different option.
Crazy.
Just because nobody else changed the game, right? He legitimately changed the game. Everybody now wants to shoot from like 30.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wanted to dunk like Shaq, too.
But they can't. Yeah, so I think that's why they try to do it, but they can't.
All right,
Steph,
all right.
I literally just
Changed the
left the
game.
gym with my son, and he was telling me how he hit 8 threes. I'm like, oh, man, we
See,
don't
that-
need to
hey,
work on your layup.
That's what he is.
Well, on that note, this dude comes in from half court. He's money, dude. So
That's why he likes Curry.
No bias.
Yeah. I always say you can't compare them. I think the two eras of basketball are completely different. In my opinion, LeBron couldn't have been as physical, back in the day,
Yeah.
and MJ's probably not as athletic or skilled in certain situations in today's game.
Yeah, wow. Not athletic enough.
Spoken like a true politician over here. Not taking a side.
Not athletic. That's
not
kind of
athletic,
wild.
but-
That's kind of wild.
I catch flack on this, but I always go with LeBron on it, right? But maybe I'm a little biased. I've seen LeBron play a lot more than
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what he's done and continues to do, year 22
Yeah.
now.
Longevity of it, yeah.
I mean, I would say he's had the best career. I got to say, if you're picking a peak player to win you a game, you got to go MJ, dude. Got to do it.
Yeah.
No.
Big shot. I mean, yeah.
We'll see.
It's tough.
All right. So, yeah, again, I guess this is all kind of basketball themed, so let's just stick with that, obviously. I want to know, are you guys more offensive guys or defensive minded?
yeah.
And I know Dylan's answer, but
You ain't gotta ask me. You don't have to ask me that.
I'm a defensive minded guy. Coaching with Coach Rich Shea at Sonoma State, that's all we really focused on, running a matchup zone. And ever since playing for him and then coaching with him, it's kind of just made my mind become a defensive mind, and that's what we always like working with scouts and everything. It was always scouting games. That was, how can we defend these guys and focusing on what they ran offensively to stop them.
offense wins games, defense wins championships.
Well, I mean, you
right?
can miss shots, but you can always give good effort on defense,
Correct.
right? That's
Correct.
how it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to give your 2 cents,
Yeah.
Dylan?
I know, you already know that. Offense.
You haven't rubbed off on him enough.
It's offense. Yeah. He has. I will say he has, because like you guys were talking about the run that we went on. It definitely wasn't our offense, but our defense was very impressive. So I think that's something to kind of look at, but still offense.
It's funny too, because I'm more of a defensive minded guy too. I'm just like you. That's how I came up through playing and everything else. I still believe in defense. Like I take my breaks when I'm on offense.
Yeah, we know.
I'm too old to start. It's too much effort. But I would say that doesn't always get the accolades, right? Like if you're a defensive minded person, like a Draymond Green, right? Like
Thankless.
it's a thankless job. You just go out there and you just do your part. And
I mean, there's no stat for help defense,
There's not.
right?
Yeah.
Really, so that's it right there. So I guess on kind of the LeBron MJ kick, you're saying different eras and stuff. Do you like this new analytical style of NBA basketball, or do you prefer the old school way of doing things? I know it's a tough question. We got the 3-ball era right now, and it's ruined the game. But I don't know. What do you prefer?
I mean, as far as like schematically or like physicality. Like,
I'm talking like schematically.
Okay,
Yeah.
I probably say old school. I mean, that's just me.
Okay.
But I feel like he's kind of rubbing off on me because like how he was guarding people and setting up his defense and running plays. not many people around the area really knew what to do. Like you guys, right? You guys were at games, or you were at games. I know, and you talked to me. Like this dude's like calling their stuff before they're even running out.
And
So-
it threw them off,
Yeah,
too, right? Like
yeah.
they were like, "What? We got scouted?"
Yeah.
But it's awesome. I mean, and that's part of like just the preparation, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not, you don't just show up for games and roll the ball
Right.
out there, right? Like it's all the preparation behind the scenes.
100%.
So
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably old school. I like better in the sense of they just play defense and played hard, and now the score is up in the 120s or
Bam,
130s or 140s. Yeah, and it's like what are we doing?
I mean, it's funny because I love, I grew up always being a 3-ball shooter. You know what I mean? That's kind of been my game. But it's seeing the way the NBA is now, where you got Harden with the ball or Luka, and then 4 shooters, and it's kind of one person creating. It bugs me.
ISO basketball.
Yeah, ISO.
Self-proclaimed 3-point shooter.
We'll show you tomorrow.
He
We'll
can
show you
shoot,
tomorrow.
yeah. He can shoot.
Getting back in the
Van
rhythm.
can shoot the ball.
Getting in the rhythm.
I've seen it.
All right, so since we're on the theme of defense, are we going more man-to-man? Or you said matchup zone is kind of what you prefer. So you kind of answered that for me a little bit, but man-to-man or zone, what is preferred generally?
We went man to man this year, and we actually did the lock left, which is just forcing everybody to their left hand, especially in high school basketball area, or like a level where a lot of kids can't go to their left, and if they are going to their left, they can't make a skip pass to the opposite corner with their left hand. So we went man to man, and then
We
we.
could edit that out. They're going to use this on scouting report next season.
I told everybody we played against. Like, I mean, they should know what
Trying
we're
to stop
doing.
it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just we close out one way. You should be able to see how we close out on film, whether what way we're going or not. But I think the and then zone we ran some zones just to kind of junk it up a little bit, and I like man to man.
So for those of us who aren't as knowledgeable on it, you said, what'd you call it? Man, what was it?
Or matchup zone.
Matchup zone. Can you explain what matchup
So
zone is?
that you basically you start out in like a 2-3 zone essentially, but you are matched up with a man in your area.
Gotcha.
So people think you're running a man to man, and then you're switching everything. And as soon as the guy cuts, you just let him cut away.
Okay.
And you're basically staying in your zone while guarding a man in that area.
I'm gonna be calling it out tomorrow at 6 a.m.
That's the infamous Sonoma State.
That's what we ran at Sonoma State.
That's what they're known
No.
for. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Everybody knows about the SSU. Yeah.
It's disguised, right? Like
It is.
so
Yeah,
it
it
throws
is.
the
Makes
offense
sense.
off a little,
It
and
is.
they don't know how to react sometimes. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's a zone. Wait, no, it's man." You know,
Yeah.
so it's like
So you're making them uncomfortable a number of ways. They don't know what you're running, and you're forcing them left. So you're just putting them in uncomfortable positions.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Pretty much what you're
Yeah.
trying to do. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Exactly. Playing. I want to play a zone because in man to man, I'm getting exposed. But
you're a 1-2-2. You're the one up at the top. So you have to go as
2-3,
far
put
as you
me
need to
in
go.
the bottom in the middle. I'll stay right there. I'll be good. No, but coaching wise, like you were saying, our man defense was super impressive. We had the athletes and we had the kids that were just super tenacious, like getting after it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So man to man, coaching wise for sure.
Yeah,
But I
that.
do like you were saying, like when we go man all game and then we throw something at them like that they haven't seen all game. It's just funny to watch them
Coming off the timeout when they drew something up,
Yeah.
right? And just throw
4 man, and then we
Yeah.
come out in a 1-3-1. They didn't know what to
And
do.
then
Yeah.
they question themselves like the rest of the game after.
Yeah.
that.
Then they're like, what are they in? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I noticed you guys did a lot of pressing too, and so that was going to be one of my questions. But I loved when you guys put the pressure on them because I felt like that sped up the game, and you guys were able to force a lot of turnovers too, and so that goes into that defensive-minded basketball that you guys play. So I love that. You guys got me fired up.
Yeah,
watching
hell yeah. So we're about to get into March Madness right now, and there's big games coming up. We had Duke, North Carolina. Which side of that rivalry do you want? Duke, North Carolina.
Do I go first?
You
Yeah.
go ahead.
Tennessee.
I'm
a Tennessee volunteer
Okay.
fan. Yeah.
How did you end up with Tennessee though?
Wayne Chisholm. You guys probably never heard of him. They were part of the Tennessee
I was
team.
gonna say that name something.
They had like the headbands. Remember, there was like halfway off their heads, like him and Lofton. There was a couple other guys, but I just grew up watching because Wayne Chisholm was the first like true stretch four that I saw because I was a big guy in high school and all I wanted to do was shoot threes. And I watched him and he was a shooter and he was big, so I was like, well, I want to be that guy. Never made it to the NBA, but that's my favorite basketball player of all time.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's
Cool.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. I'll let it slide. That's good.
Yeah.
So you're not a blue blood. You're orange blood.
Yeah, orange blooded.
Orange
Yeah,
blood? All right.
that's what it
That's
is.
fair.
I'd probably say Duke.
The Dukies,
Yeah,
baby.
just the coaching and I like watching coaches and how they coach and following that. So
Yeah.
Both great programs.
Great
Yeah,
programs.
yeah.
Super
Absolutely.
successful. So
Yeah.
you
Who's
can't
that-
go really wrong.
Who's the head
with
dude
it.
at Duke now? What? It's
Schneider, right? Or Schneider, I think.
Yeah.
yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, is that
It's Sounds
Schneider.
great.
It's
John
Schneider.
Schneider.
Dude, Schneider. Schneider. We're not getting recruited. No, he used to play at Duke. He was,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
he's
Yeah.
a shooter. Yeah.
Right.
I remember him for sure.
All right, it's your go.
All right, so I gotta know who's the biggest rival now for Rancho. Back in the day, it used to be Rancho, or it was Rancho versus either Newman or Montgomery, right?
Sure.
Those were the two.
Sure.
That was gonna be my question. Is that still the biggest rival, or we got a wild card in this one?
he can answer that.
Remember, he's going to be broadcast to dozens of people. Remember that.
So I'll answer it. Yeah. So like, I feel like it's like how the leagues are set up now. It's
Shifted.
a little
yeah.
different, right? Yeah. So we're moved. Oh, you want to say that? Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe cut that part out.
we're no edits, all right?
So just, our league opponents are different than like when we were in high school, right?
Mhm.
We would play Montgomery and Newman, so those were the top teams. So those are teams that we didn't like. So now the teams in our league are like Ukiah, St. Vincent's. Those are the top teams, right?
Mhm.
Pioneer last year was a top team. So the rivals kind of switch from like
I feel like it
who's
changes.
kind of at the top.
Yeah.
But still, I think like Montgomery, Newman, I think we still kind of have that,
Yeah.
It's
It's always going to be there.
Well, and also,
you guys got to beat them in the playoffs too. That was great.
yeah, and also it's one of those teams. Those teams are always up there, so it's like
yeah.
it's no negative towards them. It's like we just
Turn
we
up
want to
for
try to
better
be
games,
where you guys are at. We want to try to get to that.
I mean,
level.
rivalries are usually built out of respect, like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
For sure. Mine.
Go for it.
So if you're running practice, do you think the players get more out of a full scrimmage or individual drills?
It's a good one.
We actually, in practice, we kind of ran it like we ran Sonoma State. It was a lot of film, a lot of kind of just walk throughing what's going on and how we're guarding stuff. And then the rest of it was getting shots up and just working on our sets, really. We didn't go live very often. At the beginning of the season, we did a little bit, but the conditioning came within the drills we're doing, whether it's full court shooting or, full court layups or those types of things. It wasn't really a lot of inter squad scrimmage. We did a lot of situations towards the end of the season with score and being able to hold leads and whatnot. But I would say more drill stuff for us opposed to live scrimmage because it was more beneficial in my opinion.
Focusing on specific things.
Yeah.
It's funny because with the AAU culture now, I know there's a lot of pushback because all they do is play games. They're not focusing on the fundamentals. So you're kind of counter to that.
Yeah.
And some of those AAU teams will maybe practice like once a week,
Right.
And then they have 5 games on the weekend.
Right.
We'll get
some
into, I'm
stuff.
sure, a lot of backstory on some of this stuff too. But I was talking to my old junior college coach who's running a very successful program down in San Diego City. They're undefeated in their regular season. They're number 8 in the state.
So all it took was you leaving these schools. They all became undefeated.
I left my mark. Yeah, Rancho's doing great. Everybody's
Rancho.
You just gotta get Cody out of it, and we're good. And the future is up.
But that was one of his things that he told me. He's like, it's just the kids that are coming into college now are developed so much differently, right? Like they're just not as well rounded because they don't have the fundamentals to back them, right? They're maybe to your point, they're into more of the AAU stuff or whatever. They're just rolling the
And
balls
then the
out.
ISO ball a little bit more, and
Yes.
dribbling, and
Yeah.
So
There were habits we had to break this year.
I bet
For sure.
I bet.
and that's what comes with like running a successful team, right? Guys got to know their roles and don't try to overdo
Buy in.
things. You got to buy in, make it very simple,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny when you see players that dribble too much. Like I was at the rec a couple weeks ago, and this group showed up, and they're all playing ISO ball, and I'm sitting there like, come on, this is just lame. You know what I mean? Like I'm not getting the ball, I'm not feeling it. Like everybody's just trying to play heroes, and like the ball moves faster than you could ever move with the ball. So pass it, cut, like. I might not be the most athletic, but I know where to get to at least. You know what I mean? And so it's like, just give me the ball right there. But yeah, that can be very frustrating for players that aren't like the ISO kings,
Right. I've seen you run pretty fast.
You might be able to. I can't jump. I can't jump. But I'll run.
All right. So I know we'll get into this as well, but I know for James specifically, you've coached at both the collegiate level and the high school level. Dylan, you're just high school level?
Just high school, yep.
So I guess this is more towards James, but like, are you more like maybe you're biased now and you got to say the right answer, right? But like,
I saw your
do you
question.
do you enjoy, or, are you more enjoyable with coaching college ball or high school?
Oh, yeah, wow.
I think it's you can answer it both ways, right? I think high school is more challenging in the sense you have to get guys to want to be there and want to be able to play and really push them to their their capability and all those types of things. Where college, you're able to recruit the guys you want. You said it on the last podcast that when you were coaching those 2 years after you played, you were able to get the guys that you wanted to fit your culture, you wanted to fit your program. Where here at the high school level, you are given these guys, you pick the guys that you think could fit your best culture and program. And sometimes there's guys that aren't fitting it towards the end of the year. And sometimes that you have the guys that are truly buying in. So for me, I don't know what level I would prefer. I had a lot of fun with this high school group because we had great connections with a lot of the guys just from being on campus. But I would, I couldn't give you an answer whether it's high school or college. I think
Both have their goods in there.
they're both, right. At the college level, you have guys that think that they should be doing a lot more than they could and should be playing more, or and now with the transfer portal, it's like if they're not happy, they're just leaving. So
it's definitely changed.
It's changed a lot of things.
Do you notice like a lot of kids? And again, I know that you've only been involved with that. You've been at the high school level, and then you left and you came back. But Dylan, you've kind of been there for a long time too. Do you notice a lot of these kids as they're there at the high school level that want to play at that next level, or do you notice like they're just content with just playing high school ball?
Peak right here,
I feel like it's like 50-50, and I feel like sometimes it's kids maybe saying maybe, or like, and and if like you played at that level, right? If you want to play at that next level, like it has to be a definite, and like I'm gonna work my tail off, and it's not just during the season. Like it's a full-time job playing at the next level. And I like, well, Quincy, remember that was like one of our first years. I love telling that story because this is a kid that never played or any organized sports, like I'm pretty sure in his life, right? And his senior year, he came out. We had 15 kids on the team. He was the 15th kid to make the team. Didn't play really that much for us at Rancho, and then worked his tail off the whole summer. All summer, ended up making the JC team, and then went on. I think got like a partial scholarship.
Dude,
and
that's such a cool
played
story.
college basketball. Yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like, even if at the high school level you're not getting the minutes that you think you deserve, or just not getting any minutes, it doesn't mean that your journey has to end there. Yeah. I think that's a big thing.
And I think a common misconception maybe as well is like, and I felt like this when I was in high school as well. I didn't really feel like I had a lot of help necessarily to get to that next level with, like, I'd say my coaches and stuff like that. It wasn't like they were getting me looks or anything like that. I kind of had to earn that on my own, fortunately. But it's not just Santa Rosa Junior College. And I think a lot of people think that that's kind of the only next step.
That's true,
Like there are, aside from just the junior college level, which there's a ton of programs just even here in the state of California, but you can go, NAIA, right? It's a lower level. You got NCAA, even NCAA Division III.
What's Sonoma State? What
they were D2 before they cut the program.
So NCAA D2.
Yeah,
D2.
Okay,
right. Okay.
So, it's people don't, I think, realize that there's a lot more options. And then it's also hard if you're not getting looks to even know that there's possibilities out there.
Right.
And it always just goes back to grades too, right? Like you just got to work on your grades. If you got good grades, your doors are going to open, right? And to your point, just bust your butt, work your tail off. And
well, it's cool too now, like being in the era of YouTube, things like that. Like kids can create their own highlights films and send them off to coaches. Like, how did you do that? Did you send any film off to anybody? Yeah, VHS.
I was gonna say deliver it in the mail. I couldn't email it, right?
Right, exactly.
No, I mean, footage just kind of. Actually, here to answer your question, this is actually a pretty funny story. So when I was in San Diego in junior college, I ended up getting recruited. I knew I wanted to come back up to Northern California. My parents and my family, everybody's up here, and I was down south. They used to go to all my games, and it was like, man, it's kind of a bummer that they're not able to go to my games all the time anymore, right? And so I knew I wanted to come back up north. I was getting recruited by Chico State and a couple other schools up north, and that's probably where I would have ended up. And then all of a sudden I got a call from Cal Maritime, and the coach called. He said, hey, this kid sent in his recruit tape. He's like, I don't want that kid. You were busting his ass. I want to recruit you.
Wow.
And I see you have a 707 number. Are you thinking about coming back up this way? And I said, well, you know what? Let me check it out, right?
Yeah.
At that point in time, was Cal Maritime even on your radar like, at all?
No.
I mean, yeah,
And again, we talk about smaller schools, right?
Yeah.
Like, could I have gone like a Division II? Yeah, probably been a role player and maybe bust my butt, whatever, right? But like I went into a program that was turning a rebuild, and I was able to help build it up to where they are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
Awesome.
you. Like, as soon as you left, they started
As soon as I
flourishing. Love it. Story of your life, right there. All right, cool. So this is my last question. I think it kind of goes good with what we're talking about here. There's this whole controversy now about like, should kids stay in one sport year round, or should we mix it up, right? And I'm kind of curious on your guys' perspectives on that. I have the question here: is like, is it better to be specialized or a variety of other sports? And I just kind of want to know your guys' thoughts on that.
I love that question because we always talk about it, and I feel like it's fine if you do want to focus on one sport, but I just feel like the relationships that you build and like just being in shape. Like if you played multiple different sports, like being in football shape versus being in basketball shape, two different things, right?
Sure.
And if you can have both of those, it's like it's just gonna help you. It's not gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. So that's my feeling.
Did you play multiple sports?
Yeah, I played football and basketball.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You probably played football too, huh?
I did.
hey, wait, this is the real kicker though. He was the kicker. I swear to God.
In junior college,
I swear to God.
There you go.
In high school, I was a linebacker.
No, he's
Kicker. And there's a spot for everybody.
Absolutely.
Four-string linebacker, yeah.
First string kicker.
Yeah.
No,
No.
my brother was a kicker, so I got a lot of love for the kicker.
No,
That's all I got.
He can actually kick the
Yeah.
heck out of the ball.
In junior college, I was a kicker, a basketball player, and a baseball player. I pitched for the baseball team.
Damn.
Yeah.
He
So
did
I'm-
3 sports at a junior college.
Yeah.
That's
Which
nuts.
is, yeah.
I'm a fan of multiple sports.
Multiple sports.
Yeah. We have a great connection now with our football coach at Rancho, and I do feel now that we're going down the path of just supporting each other, right?
That's great.
And seeing the amount of football coaches that were at our games was great because now I think that we're all buying into each
We
other's
got
program.
Bruce is announcing.
Bruce was announcing. You had
Danny up there in the stands.
Smith,
Smith,
Tailing,
yeah.
all the assistants were there.
Do you have a lot of players that played both?
So this year we only had Luke. Can I say names?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we only had, I think Luke Moore was all the football
Yeah.
player, right?
Yeah.
And JV, there was a couple kids that ended up not being a part of the team towards the end of the year that played football.
Cool.
But that, I mean, for us, we coached freshman football
Yeah, I was going to say
4 years ago.
I was
3
gonna
years
hit
ago.
on that. Yeah. So the seniors this year,
We're freshmen.
Freshman
we
football
we
players.
coached them as freshmen for football.
That's cool.
So we were the
so
football
like
coaches.
so we coached like Luke, like and
Yeah.
just watching him grow, like
And then I coached the freshman basketball team while he was still helping varsity.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So I'm a big fan of playing multiple sports.
Yeah.
Playing 3 at junior college, and then I played rugby at Sonoma State as well. After playing
Does he
basketball,
get 30 hours a day? I got 24 in my day. What the hell?
it was fun.
That's cool.
It was
It's
fun.
funny. So you said Luke Morey. I saw he hit the game winner
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
My brother played football at Rancho in the 90s, and his quarterback was Ben Morey.
Okay.
And as soon as I saw I was like, Luke Morey hit it, and I texted my brother. I'm like, is that Ben's kid? And he's like, no, that's his nephew.
Yeah.
So just again, seeing like that family connection.
It's
Like, my
cool.
brother in Virginia saw him
Yeah.
hit the shot,
Yeah.
knew that it was his
Yeah.
friend's nephew. That was
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Speaking of nephews, my nephew is playing on the
Freshman team.
freshman team this year, doing football as well.
Grown
now
man.
doing baseball. So
That's
I
a
get
grown
multiple-
man. Huh?
He's
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
he's-
We would go to other games, and I'm like, "Hey, whose nephew would you say that is?"
Right.
Like guys that we play with in the rec, whether they're the refs or coaching or just in the crowd or whatever. And then they would watch him play for a second. And they're like, "It's got to be Cody's
That's
nephew."
funny. So it's funny. So I played basketball. Cody and I and Dallas, his brother, we played in 8th grade together, and they were the same height in 8th grade that he is now. And we would, show up at
They're
these
big
gyms, and other teams, the little 8th grade teams would think like, "Oh, that's the high school team showing up." We're like, no, that's Cody and Dallas right there.
And we had some facial hair too, right? We
Oh,
had Ryan Townsend.
Ryan
Matt
Townsend too, a
Christensen.
bunch of
We're
six
guys,
footers,
yeah.
and we're like, yeah, we'd win the game walking off the bus.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be great. Now, if he could just make his layup at
Yeah.
the rim,
We would have won more games. Thomas Payne became a powerhouse after that.
That's good. That's good.
All right.
Cool.
I guess last question, talking about game winners, right? So as far as a game winner goes, would you rather hit the game-winning shot or get the game-winning block?
Ooh.
I know Dylan's.
30-footer.
Why are we asking these offense, defense? You're putting a divide between us right now.
Blocker steal. Game-winning blocker steal.
No, yeah, I'm going for the shot.
Of course.
I would say block.
The shot would be great, but I feel like just that block. I just love a good block, man.
For sure. I mean, we kind of saw both ends of it, right?
Yeah.
Luke Morey had the game-winning shot, which everyone saw on all the social media platforms. But what people didn't see was a play before that was Sebastian Hernandez getting a block.
Massive.
And he played great in the first half, didn't play the third quarter, didn't play the fourth quarter until that last 40 seconds.
Came in for like 20 seconds.
When
and then
Isaiah
boom,
fouled
and
out.
made a huge
play.
play. Huge play.
Stay ready, right?
That's a huge testament to your guys' coaching. Some kids might have just tuned out, but he came in there like, I'm still going to give my all on defense. That's dope.
He was locked in.
Which was what's another great thing is that he made up for it because we played St. Vincent early in the season for the NBL tournament championship, and the same play almost happened, but he ended up giving up a layup that game.
Okay.
And we lost the game on that, and then he was able to make up for it in the state tournament.
Good for him.
And made
Which
a
that's a much bigger game, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's just having short-term memory too,
For
right?
sure,
Like,
100%.
and not being so hung up on it and just being able to
Mentally
move
tough.
on.
Yeah, mentally
exactly.
tough.
Totally.
Well, speaking of kind of, game-winning shots and everything, we're in the heart of March Madness is going to be starting up. Actually, we're filming this now a week
Starts before next week,
March Madness. But when this thing goes live,
round
people are
2
watching
or
this.
something.
No, it's going to be round 1. So we'll be on that Friday when this is on.
Yeah, there we go.
Which is the best time of year, by the way. I love
Yeah.
it. I love
For
the
sure.
first two rounds of March Madness.
Oh yeah, that Thursday, Friday is the best.
Yeah, it's like
because it's like
Christmas.
8 a.m. We're watching games.
especially being a teacher, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but
On the
I
classroom.
put mine in the classroom. Yeah.
If you guys want to call it sick, you're welcome to join me wherever. But I want to just go into kind of, obviously you guys had a tremendous year. Maybe share a little bit about what you accomplished as a program, how far you guys made it. I don't know that everybody understands just how far it was that you guys actually made it.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. I mean,
Huge deal.
Being an alumni, I'm really proud to know you guys and proud of your efforts this season and what you were able to accomplish. And, I'm thankful to see Rancho back kind of as a powerhouse.
Well, if I could just add to
area,
that too,
right?
like I play football at Rancho, and we always had the football team's always been one of the top teams in the area. You know what I mean? So to see the basketball team kind of rise up and have that success has just been super inspiring too. So just to add to that.
Yeah, but if you want to share maybe a little bit about the season and kind of what ended up happening.
I can go towards as far as like just like the history version of it. Then I'll let him kind of hit on like this season because it's his first year as the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you talk about like the history. You talk about you, right? Like my parents went to Rancho. Like Rancho's been around forever, right? Yeah. And this is the first time ever in school history that we've made it this far.
Yeah.
So it's like those kind of things, and it's wild. And I've been coaching there for 11 years, I think, around 11 years.
Wow. Yeah, it's been that long.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
16, 17 was your first year.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah, so 10.
That's a huge commitment.
Just doing the math.
10.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I always forget. Because straight out of high school, I coached 2 years. Because that's the thing. I coached 2 years at Santa Rosa, freshman.
Okay.
I like literally I was 17.
Rancho?
No, but I think I always just put together what
And
how
what
many
year,
years.
what year did you graduate?
Yeah. So
2010.
Okay.
2010.
man, we got a young buck here, huh? I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
He's younger than me.
Are you?
He just looks
Yeah, a couple
older.
Young bucks,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I'm 04. We're a little bit
A
older.
little older. Yeah. He looks way older than me. So.
Easy.
no,
No.
but yeah, keep
No, yeah, but just like the gravity of it. And he always was like getting mad at me, but like every one of our state games and our NCS games, I was telling him like, dude, like you gotta cherish this because we've never been here before.
uncharted territory.
Like we've never like we've made it to NCS, but getting past that first round just felt like such a big like bridge to cross or like get over. Like it was massive, and I feel like the kids kind of fed off that. And after we got past the first round, it was like, oh, and then we were just playing so much more free, and like it was just like
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like you've been there, right?
Yeah,
Like you guys were
yeah.
prepared, you were ready to
Yeah.
go, and it wasn't like this big thing that was too big of a stage for you guys, right? It was just like you're going out there and you're playing the game that you know how to play,
Yeah.
and that's all you got to do. You just got to show up and you can go out there and have some fun, right?
Yeah, those after our first NCS game, I feel like those next like 2 or 3 games, those were our best games we played all year.
Because confident, loose.
Two games. Two. Not
I would say
he's very critical. He's very critical.
Hey, but that's attention to detail, right? You're looking at things that you could improve on all the time.
100%.
Right? You can't just be content with what you've now accomplished. Now you've set a barometer that's a little bit.
That's
higher,
what I wanted to
right?
say. It's easy to come in when expectations are low. Now that you guys have kind of reached this level, how are you managing expectations going forward? Like,
It's a great question. No, I just think from the season, just taking away like what we really did. You know, I was talking to Jordan Alvarez today. I'm like, dude, I don't think you guys understand what you just did. He's like, oh yeah, it was cool. You know, we got to hear, and I'm like, no, like really think about it. You know, he said it all the time, and it would really piss me off when he would say it, like, hey, sit back and look what you did, and look what we did as a program. But I think for us to understand that we won, two NCS games or three NCS games.
Three, yeah.
Lost in the finals, you know, to a team we had it, right? We were there, and then to win 2 more state games, and everyone can talk that it was Division 5 and all that stuff, but realistically, man, like to lose to Montgomery early in the season by 40, and then to come back at the end of the season and beat them in a big game like that, that's huge. It just shows where our program has gone.
And losing to San Marin by 20.
We lost to San Marin by 17 and had a lead, and we're there at the end.
There.
But,
it was.
I was going to say too, I feel like down the stretch, at least, there was a lot of really close games that you guys had. And it seemed like one way or another, you would figure out how to eke those wins out, right? And that's a testament to just being strong-willed and strong-minded, you know. And when crunch time's on the line, it's like you got to knuckle down, and you got to get a stop, right? You got to get a bucket, right?
Sure.
The kids love to make all those games super fun at the end. We could be up 20 with 5 minutes left and then win by 3 and win by 2.
Well, so last year, James, you were coaching over at Sonoma State. Obviously, everything that happened over at Sonoma State, shutting down the program, unfortunately, with all the athletics and all the issues there, led you back to Rancho, which you were helping coach. Like you said, you did football, but you were also coaching, was it the JV team?
I was a freshman coach for 3 years.
That's right, freshman.
Yeah.
Freshman basketball.
Actually, the funny story is before that, right? He was there before that because
2016.
Yeah, because I didn't want to go back to Rancho, and that was like
while we were finishing school.
Yeah, we were both at Sonoma State, and I wanted to be a teacher, and I was thinking about teaching at Rancho, but I'd never like gone back to campus after I graduated. I don't know why. It was just one of those things. I just hadn't been back there, and I was giving this guy buckets in intramural basketball at Sonoma State.
Right? You join my team.
No, you joined my team. Hey, you joined my team. You know you joined my team. Anyways, that's crazy. No, so we were talking, and he's he was saying like, oh, are you currently coaching? Because I told him that I coached at Santa Rosa. So no, he's like, oh, dude, like you should just come check out. I'm right down the street. He's like at Rancho, and I was like, oh, I went to school at Rancho. That's crazy. He's like, dude, you have to come and coach. And I was like, no, I'm good. Like I don't want to go back to Rancho, and I'm good. And then he got me to go to like an open gym, and then it just I kind of got hooked. I got hooked. I got hooked there. So it is kind of crazy. A guy from Humboldt got me to go back to my.
How did you guys meet each other? How do you guys know each other?
Intramural.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I dunked on him.
Oh, I see.
No, hey, my credentials are on the wall at Sonoma State. Intramural champ, yeah, like 9 times. This guy, yeah.
You must not see all the banners of the rec center night shift. He was on some of my night shift teams. Okay, you see him every morning. You're there. Okay. But no, that's awesome. And so I know, obviously, Dylan, you're from here. You're from the area. But how did you end up here, James? Kind of what's your story, and how did you end up ultimately at Rancho, or
I went to Ferndale High, and then went to college at Redwoods up in Humboldt for 3 years, and then we were playing in the Santa Rosa tournament, the Chris Kringle, and Rich Shaywitz recruited me to come play at Sonoma State, and I spent a couple years there, and then I was doing my student teaching, or like observing in the math teacher's classroom, who was a basketball coach, and that's how I got connected with Rancho basketball.
Oh, cool.
Was that that's how we started there, like you said, and then we did, was it 1 year? that I did one year. I did one. I did 1 year.
You did one.
I did 1 year with him. The head coach actually ended up going on paternity leave.
Yeah.
And we actually took over and
Shout out Adam Green.
yeah, Adam.
Yeah.
He went on paternity leave.
You gotta shout out the kid.
Yeah.
And then we were coaching that. We ended up tying and going into overtime. And that was how many years had it been since they had won a league game?
It was like
4
I
or
want to
5
say it was
years.
like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went into overtime, ended up losing that game, but it was pretty amazing to see the gym what it was. And then Green came back. We went up to Ukiah and ended up getting the win there. So got the first win in 5 years or so, which was pretty amazing. And then the next year I went to Sonoma State and coached the women for 3 years with Rich Shaywitz, and then came back as I got my credential and started teaching at Rancho, coaching the freshman football and basketball team for a few years. And then Rich called me back to go back to coach the men's side when he was over coaching the men. And went there for 2 years, and then got a phone call while I was teaching that I got fired.
Wow.
Not fired.
I got told. I got
the whole
Same thing,
program.
the email that we got was that they will not be bringing athletics back.
Right.
So
And that was a surprise to everybody. I think
Which
when
that
you
was
got
shocking.
it was like 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
everybody knew it.
Oh,
was.
shocking.
we got
Like,
the
is
same
this real?
email. We got the same email that the student athletes got,
Yeah.
which was pretty crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of making you detached for like how do you
Yeah.
respond to something like that?
And
man? Like,
we had a
that's
game the next day and
cool.
had to get in the vans and drive to Turlock.
It
And
was just sad.
not that drive is fun anyways.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now you got
Makes
to
it a
do
lot
it. Yeah.
So you coached girls basketball. You said I coached girls basketball in high school at the school that I'm at too. And the thing I noticed with the girls, man, maybe I just want to ask you your thoughts on this is like I would tell the girls to go do something and they want to know the why.
Mhm.
Like you're explaining, like the guys would just run like go set a screen, okay, and they
For
just
sure.
run to do it. The girls are like, why do I got to do that? And they're
For
kind of
sure.
giving, and you makes you really like think like, yeah, why are we doing it?
Yeah.
Like, what was the difference for you coaching girls, versus boys? Like,
I mean, I think that's exactly it, right? Like I people ask me all the time, what is the difference? And I would say you are more detailed in coaching females.
Absolutely.
And I learned a lot from coaching women
Right,
athletics,
right.
and I'm very thankful for the 3 years I was there because I learned the way to handle certain situations and to approach certain situations. And I would think that's why, honestly, why I'm so detailed in the things I do
Yeah.
is because we had to break it down to very specific details, not because that's what they couldn't handle it, but that's just what they wanted.
They wanted to know
They
it.
wanted to know, hey, why am I sending this person right?
Mhm.
Well, when they go left, they make every single layup. When they go right, they do a mid-range pull-up.
Right.
And they would learn to believe what we're doing, but just because they wanted to know the details and exactly why we had to do it.
And I would say probably the tutelage that you had, coaching underneath Rich and, everybody else that you've been around. I know Rich is a great coach.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, obviously, he finally got the head coaching job there as the men's coach at Sonoma State, and not long after he's gone, right?
Yeah.
And it's because of everything that changed, and just really unfortunate because I've known Rich for a very long time too, and he's been somebody at Sonoma State that's kind of been a fixture, right?
Oh,
For
yeah,
sure.
100%.
And you think of
Yeah.
Sonoma State, you think of Rich,
Yeah,
right?
Mr. Sonoma State.
And it was just unfortunate how that all, ended up happening. Now he's down in San Diego as an assistant coach with another assistant coach that's down there that I actually helped coach during college when I coached college as well at Maritime. So
That's crazy.
Daniel Eberhardt. But,
Yeah.
and so the basketball community is like really
It's-
small,
it's-
right?
yeah,
And
it's
so
tight-knit, yeah.
one thing that we were talking that I'd mentioned, right? Like I didn't feel like I had a lot of help getting to that next level. Like I think about it now, it's like, man, I'm just so like interconnected with so many different programs, so many different athletic
Right,
directors,
right.
so many people that I just have known or played with.
They've come
throughout.
along your journey at a certain point.
For sure.
Mhm.
And it's like, man, like, yeah, had I not continued that path, I wouldn't know none of these people. I
Mhm.
wouldn't be sitting here right now, right?
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of things like that. But I also think like, man, if that kid's pretty good, I could probably help get that kid a look somewhere too.
That's cool, yeah.
That otherwise you wouldn't. And this is one thing, I don't know that I've said this on one of these podcasts. I may have said this over a couple drinks or two, but one thing that always bothered me is I felt like Sonoma State had a lot of homegrown talent
Absolutely
here
right.
locally,
I agree.
and they never really recruited a lot of the local kids.
Yeah,
It was always kids coming from elsewhere. And it was like, man, we were in their backyard, right?
Yeah.
And I never even got a recruit call or nothing like that. And I'm not saying it's just me, right? But like a lot of the talent in the area. And, and then it just kind of, as my career progressed in college, I was coming out and I was working out with these guys during the summers and I was playing with them. And then it was like my senior year, and they're like, "Oh yeah, why don't you come out here and play?"
Yeah, give me the time of day
Like,
at all. Yeah.
I'm committed to where I'm at.
Yeah.
And that, again, it's kind of funny going full circle. That was my senior year of playing in college, which was for Brian Rooney. That was Brian Rooney's first year there, and we had kind of just briefly touched on this.
Yeah.
But I got to bring it up because it's really pretty crazy what they are accomplishing at Cal State East Bay right now.
Yeah.
30-0.
Yeah, 30-0. If you look at the news, everything, they're constantly on the news. They're highlighting it. I'm like, man, like this is exciting stuff. And I
I can't even do that on the PlayStation.
I got to be there. I got to be there with Coach Rudy and his very first win, his very first game as a head coach.
That's cool.
And then I got to not only play that season, but I got to then coach alongside him for 2 more seasons. And so him and I have a very close relationship. I love that guy. He's somebody that I look up to, and I want to emulate what he does. And the discipline, just the hard work and everything. I see a lot of that stuff in you. And
Well, it's funny that you saying that because
go ahead.
No,
I'm just saying both of you guys, right? Like you're taking a program that has struggled for a long time.
But there's talent.
And you're turning it around, and it's not just by luck, right? Like it's not by luck. It starts with leadership, right?
It's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of time, and people don't see the behind the scenes stuff. So
yeah, absolutely right. So I know both of you are teachers at the school.
Yeah.
You teach math. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm teaching in the alternate ed
okay.
sections right now. Yeah.
And then you're special ed.
Yeah.
And then you both have children.
Yes.
And you're both coaching.
3 of them.
Right. You have 3 kids. You have a kind of a newborn-ish.
Yeah, she's turning 4 months.
4 months
in 2 days.
Oh man.
Great. Yeah, so I'm in the thick of it.
How do you juggle all these things?
Well,
like it's hard because what I wanted to say earlier.
Hey, first we need to say thank you to our wives because it is super late.
Absolutely.
And I know I'm saying it joking around, but like it's
100%.
tough. It's super tough, and like especially with the newborn, like he was super cool. Like basically telling me like, dude, stay away. Like you need to stay at home.
Yeah.
And my wife was kind of like the
Get outta here.
opposite. She's like you need to do it. Like towards the end, like I was feeling bad because she owns her own salon and she's working all day, and then she's coming home, and I'm leaving for a game, and she has the baby all night. So it's like
guilt and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thanked her
But
all the time.
Yeah.
And every time she came to a game, I made sure to thank her, 'cause
every time.
I know what it was like, right? My wife does the same exact thing. She works at night, so we kind of overlap, as far as our schedules go. And I tell her all the time, like I couldn't do it without her. And luckily we practice in the morning, so we practice every morning at 6:30 and go hard for an hour, sometimes hour 10 minutes, sometimes it's less than that. And just get in, get out, and then after we're done with school, I'm able to go home and help with the kids, and then she's able to go to work, and kind of just made things work that way, But it like really realistically, like he was saying, we can laugh about it, but we always talk about how we couldn't do it without our
it's impossible.
For sure.
I mean, I know that I only coached the girls team, for a short period, but it was hard because at my site we had one gym and there was like 9 or 10 teams trying to use it between volleyball and all that. So some days we'd have practice at 6 a.m. The next day would be 8:30 at night. And it became so hard where it's like, I can't do this. I had a newborn, like I had a kid on the way, and it was like, I can't do this anymore. Like it's just, I need the consistency, but having that support system of your lady, it's the critical aspect.
And as we're sitting here having a conversation at 8 o'clock at night on a Tuesday too, right?
Yes.
My wife's at home with 3 crazy kids.
Sure,
I know. I'm over here.
Thanks, man. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Shout out all the wives.
I wanted to mention this earlier. Cody was talking about the coaches that impacted him, and he was really kind of, giving an impassioned speech there a minute ago. And the responsibility that you guys have with these young men that you're impacting, could you just speak on that? Like, what does that mean for you? How does that drive you? Because you see Cody as, 55-year-old guy now who's reflecting back on this journey and all these coaches that have touched him, and it's just amazing, right? It's really cool, and you're having the same impact.
It is,
right?
I mean, like kind of just what Cody was saying, right? I would have in our pregame speeches, like almost every game, I had either a text, a phone call, or something from either my high school coach, Coach Jorgensen, who drove from Humboldt down to Ukiah to watch one of our games.
Wow.
And then drove back home after the game.
Wow.
And then he came down to the NCS championship game, and then we lost both of those games. So he thought he was a bad luck guy. But
Clearly was.
and then my 8th grade coach came and texted me all the time. So just having the support from those guys, and my wife mentioned it all the time about I understand now why you wanted to be a coach.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? She would just always elaborate on how after every game, I would either be on the phone with Cole Cummings, who was a Dominican coach this year, who was with us at Sonoma State, but then ended up going to Dominican, Rich Shaywitz, or Sean Barsani, who was my 8th grade coach. And it was like,
Wow.
you know, and then we would always obviously talk on the phone as well. But after every game, and she was like, "You're on the phone?" I said, "Yeah, sorry, like I got to debrief the game, you know." But
It's fresh in the mind.
yeah,
right?
you know. But like you talk about just leaving the impact on those kids, and the last post game talk, I was trying my best not to get emotional, and you know, when I went to thank them, like all I was saying is how proud I am of them and everything they've accomplished, and then I looked at them and I told them I wanted to thank you guys. And I just couldn't talk. Like I just lost it. And it meant a lot because these kids really do mean a lot to us. You know, not only being my first year as a head coach, but I'll never forget what they did for us. You know, the sacrifices they did, being there at 6:30 every morning. And you know, we had a couple kids who would show up late, and they didn't show up late often after that because they understood that it's not from a punishment that we did. Yeah, it was just like, hey, you're late, you're not starting, or you're late, you're not playing the first half. And everyone kind of bought into what we were doing, and the kids, I couldn't thank them enough because of what they did for us, and I hope that we have left an impact on them for their future.
I mean, just hearing your passion right now, it's contagious. And I'm feeling the passion. I'm like, I can't wait to go hoop tomorrow morning. 6 a.m. Let's go.
I'll say too, and it doesn't change, right? Like it just morphs into different things throughout the course of your life. I would say, at least for me, right? I remember as I was growing up and I was playing, you'd have the older guys, the coaches, the alumni, everybody, you know, enjoy these moments because they're gonna fly by, and you're like, yeah, right.
All right,
you know, like
man,
you're old guy. I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna play my game, right? But it does. It goes by fast, and then you're looking back. You're like, man, those were really some great times. And one thing I always kind of remembered is like at the end of every season, it's like you're only gonna have that team that one time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna have that
Those
brotherhood,
guys,
that group of
moment
guys.
in time.
And there may be the next year where you come back and you got a few other guys, but guys move on, they graduate or whatever it is, right? We go to different programs, change, you know, sports, whatever it is with your high school or what, right? You're never going to have that same group of guys again.
Always turnover.
And so I take that with me now, actually, with coaching youth sports, right? I look at these kids when I'm out there coaching baseball, or if it's basketball, I'm like, man, I appreciate these moments. I love this, but it's kind of set. Like I get emotional when I'm talking, even to the little kids. I'm like, oh, I'm going to miss this, right? You know, and you don't really realize it necessarily as much when you're in that moment. But looking back, you're like, man, like, yeah, I hope I had an impact. I hope it was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back, and I hope you're a better person because of this, right?
You made me think of, like, people always say the good old days, and you wish you knew the good old days were happening when they're happening.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, these, for some of these kids on your team, like, these are going to be the good old days you're going to look back on fondly, but they don't know that right now. But they're feeling that passion and that dedication that you guys are pumping into them.
Yeah.
And that's going to carry them so far. It's just a beautiful thing, man. Like, I've been coaching, you know, my son's team, like you were just speaking on, and I get the same way. I'm an emotional person. Like, that's just how I am. And so I get all fired up at the end of the season. We're handing out awards, and I'm like, and they're like, dude, I'm 5 years old. I'm like, I know, you're going to be 6 next year, bro. Like, you know, you're growing so fast. And it's just a beautiful thing. And I think sports, it's such a factor in people's lives that impacts so many things outside of sports, right? Like, I've been reading a book called How Basketball Can Change the World, and how it brings people together. It's a consummate team sport. You have to share, you have to be able to sacrifice, and they kind of highlight all these different aspects that basketball provides outside of just the sport itself. And I'm kind of curious if you guys have any thoughts on like what basketball has just kind of meant to you and what it's provided you outside of just between the lines. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I kind of want to touch on what you said, right? And what you had said about being emotional, right? And letting our emotions show, right? Because now this day and age, right? Like, as men, you kind of have that stigma of like, we can't really show our emotions, right? And this guy, right? See this guy, big tough guy, right? And he's crying. He's crying in front of, you know, you're crying in front of your players, and it's just, it's kind of like
strong guys.
And it's, you know, it's just like, it's showing, you know, it's showing that message that it's okay to be vulnerable, you know, like it's okay, like, and that, you know, that he was vulnerable, and that we're that, like, it's a family type thing, you know?
Yeah.
So that's
and that's changed a lot from the older generation, even I know I'm older than you guys, but even older than us, right? Like when you think about our dads and the generation that they grew up in, and their fathers, our grandfathers, it's like it was completely different times. You're talking about this type of stuff. Get out of here.
We're leaving the podcast.
I mean, we've come a long way in that regard, but we still have such a long way to go. And I think having strong men like yourselves, like all of us, that can be vulnerable and show you that it's okay to have these emotions. Like guys are only usually allowed to feel either like anger or happiness. There's a whole range of emotions that we're allowed to feel, and it's okay and it's normal. It's healthy.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, we had a player come in to the office one time and kind of open up to us. And we wouldn't have thought anything was going on because of the front they put on. And then once they finally opened up and like broke down in tears, and we're like, wow, like to us, it kind of opened our eyes to be like, there is some stuff going on with some of these kids outside of what basketball, like you talk about, what has basketball done for us, but I think because we were able to be vulnerable ourselves, it allowed him to be vulnerable.
He knew he could trust you guys.
For sure. Right. And to us, that's what he said. He was like, hey, he trusts us now. Like he is buying into what we're doing, and he's believing in everything we are doing.
It's about so much more than basketball.
For sure.
Yeah. And when something like that happens, it makes you take a step back and be like, okay. And like as a coach, as a teacher, right, when a kid's having a bad day, right, it's normally just like, oh, well, they're just messing around or whatever, or they're being a jerk to their teammates or classmates or to staff members, right? But it's like that. I feel like the more that we've done it, like as far as coaching and teaching, I think that we all probably can see, like, I don't know,
what stuff is going on.
Like deeper, like at home, not just at school. There's more stuff that's going on at home that we don't see, right? Behind closed doors that we really don't know.
What's funny with my teaching career, I always find myself pulled to the kids that are a little rougher around the edges. You know what I mean? Like those are the kids I gravitate, the ones that don't do any schoolwork.
For sure.
And I've made it a habit of mine where I have 170 students or whatnot, and every day I shake every person's hand. I walk around eye contact, and it's like some kids come up to me, they're like, you're the only person that's like shakes my hand and looks me in the eye and asks me how I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, it's just a natural thing to do.
Yeah, making them feel seen.
Making you feel seen and you're heard. You know what I mean? And some kids, like I get notes from kids that after they graduated, and they're like, that just meant so much to me. And I'm like, I didn't even really think much of it. It's just
right. And it's a little thing.
Shaking
hand and making eye contact. And that could change a kid's,
How many times a day do you wash your hands?
Way too many.
All right, good.
The hand sanitizer, I'm burning off layers.
Who is it? Howie Mandel doesn't shake hands. I might not shake your hand anymore, dude.
I'm telling you, it's wild. Like I just started doing it pre-COVID, and then I stopped the first year or two after COVID because it's like I'm not trying to do that. And I would do these. We do the elbow bumps. In the last 2 years, I'm like, no, I'm just doing it again. And I have my hand sanitizer, and I just go and every kid, and they're like, wow, that's the only person that's done that.
I think that's super cool. It actually reminds me of one teacher that I had in junior college. I've had a lot of teachers throughout my life, but for whatever reason, this one always kind of stands out to me because he did make a lot more things more personable, right? And I remember one time we had a game. I don't even know if I had a good game or not, but he's just recapping the game that our team had and we had won or whatever. So he made me and a couple other people in the class like stand up so they could applaud us, right?
That's cool, man.
And just like just acknowledging it. It's like, dude, that's it's really cool. Like you take a moment to like recognize some of this stuff, and it wasn't a big deal, right? Like it wasn't a big deal that we won this game. It wasn't a NCS championship game or anything like that.
First in Rancho's history.
Yeah,
NCS
I've been told. I've been told. But that stands out to me, right?
Yeah.
I have a bad memory about it. I feel like that's for whatever reason that memory stands out to me sometimes. And there's people that make the impacts, right? And it's a lot of the coaches, and you can have bad coaches too, right?
For sure. It goes the opposite way.
It could go both
easily.
Ways.
Yeah. So it's a testament to you guys. I think you kind of hit it a little bit where you're on the phone after the games and you're talking to the people that impacted you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling 10, 15, 20 years from now, you're going to be getting those calls.
Absolutely.
Or giving those calls to some of the kids that you coach.
I hope so.
It makes me think of a quote that I always carry with me with teaching is they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
That's great. That's a good one.
I carry that
like
with me, and I think about that with coaching too.
that.
It's like you gotta establish that with somebody personally, and then they're gonna buy in. You know,
Write that one down.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down.
Get it tatted.
I got a lot of them. So I know we're probably kind of trying to wrap up here pretty soon. I wanted to ask you guys, being fathers and men of the community, we have a lot of, dozens of our viewers are fathers also. And I'm just curious if you have any advice for somebody. You're starting off here with a little one, and I know you said you have 3. And Advice for dads, like thoughts, any thoughts you want to share about fatherhood?
As you're still learning.
As
Yeah,
you're-
I'm
we all
fresh.
are.
Yeah,
We
so
all
4
are.
months. But yeah, I mean, like we were talking about our wives, right? Wives, girlfriends, whatever, significant other, right? Like, just continue to be there for them, right? And like, just always be there. I think just supporting them and whatever they need, always being there to support them.
Yeah,
I
four
feel like-
months old. I think that's you're hitting the nail on the head, right?
Yeah.
Like, you want to contribute, you want to do a lot more, but the
Yeah,
baby really doesn't want you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kinda
right,
right.
yeah.
It's
And
the
so-
fourth trimester still,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Right.
yeah.
It's funny that you say that because you're at that point, and I say that to a lot of dads too. It's like you don't. It's weird. You love your kid, but I don't think you've probably bonded with that kid yet. There's
Yeah.
gonna come a moment where that kid looks at you and smiles, or like
For sure.
wants you
Yeah,
over
she's
mom. and
she's
you're like,
starting to
"Oh."
like actually show those like emotions and like
Yeah.
smiling, laughing at you, and it's just a crazy feeling. It's
the
surreal.
best.
Yeah,
It's surreal. It is.
yeah. It doesn't. You can't. Yeah, you
And
can't
then-
even explain it.
Then you're wrapped around her finger forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm done.
I got 2 girls, and it's bad.
You got 2 girls?
2 girls and a boy. Yeah.
Wow, how old are your kids?
The boy is 10. The girls are 4 and 2.
Wow.
So he started having kids at 18. It sounds like
Yeah, right.
he's a young buck over here.
Well, it's funny, man. Like the boy and the girl conversation, like mine are so different, dude. Like my son he was just chill, easy. Like my daughter is all sass. She's all fire and brimstone, dude. But there's times where like she really pushes me, and she stretches me in every direction.
For
That I
sure.
can, like the joy that I feel. It's more joy than ever, but the frustration I feel is more frustrating than ever. Like it's all of those things, man. And so it's a trip seeing the 2 of them. And now that we're getting into sport, like today, I went and I coached my son's baseball team. His practice ended. I flew over, caught the end of my daughter's softball practice. Like just flying around, and then I dropped him off, came here.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'll see you guys later. And it's just like you watch them just grow up, and you want to make these sacrifices to make their lives better. And you
Yeah,
realize
he's always driving somewhere, taking kids somewhere. He's
Mhm.
always
It's a lot.
going.
it's a lot.
You got the minivan?
No,
No.
not quite.
He'll have to switch cars sometimes.
Yeah.
He'll have to drive home to get the other car. And then he can...
Yeah.
One thing I was going to say that I thought was pretty cool, and Vince, you could speak on this too. I've known these guys for a long time. I know you just met James, and you've known Dylan a little while with basketball and stuff too. But so the way like CMC and kind of being involved with the program, and it's us and just guys in the community wanting to help support. And I think we have ideas and things that we want to do, and I think we're gradually getting there, right?
We're getting there.
But one thing I thought was super cool is going to a game and seeing on the display table was CMC, and I thought that was pretty cool. I shared it with the guys. And,
It's one of those full circle type moments where you're like, oh man, sport. We're creating culture now, sports and
For sure.
entertainment
For
and
sure.
community service. And
but
it's great.
I appreciate you allowing the guys in the community, like myself and other guys that aren't necessarily alumni or have played, to just be a part of that and to be a part of the excitement and everything that you guys have built with the culture there. That I'll say this: when I played back, and again, I graduated in 04, right? So it was a while ago. But there was games. Yeah, you're just a young buck. But there was games. There was games that we would have, rival games that we would have, where if you, and again, this was before cell phones and everything else, right? Like you actually had to go do things, and there would be lines of people waiting to get into these games, and the gyms were packed.
Yeah.
I probably remember Vince sitting probably courtside
Courtside
talking
with
trash.
my horn. Dude. I had a little horn. I was talking so much trash the whole time, man.
But that was the environment that it was, and you had to go to these games because they were exciting, they were fun, they were competitive, and then that just kind of lacked for a very long time, and it was just the program wasn't successful. It was just kind of like deteriorating. Then we got this brand new gym. And the gym's huge, and like you got to get a lot of people in there to fill that gym.
Yeah,
right?
even when you have a packed house, it still feels like it's empty.
What's the seating in there? Do you think?
2000.
Is it 2,000?
Yeah.
So you got to get a lot of people to go.
Yeah.
But
more kids than go to our school.
But what I would say is that the last few games I went to, right, you guys have built that culture. You got the student section where that's just packed and they're talking trash and they're enjoying it. They're into it just as much as your team is into it. You guys win the game and they're running on the court. They're just as excited. So again, it's just that maybe not even just within the school, right? But like there was a lot of dads and parents and I mean,
I wanted to go to more. I didn't go to any games, but I was like, every time I'm like, I know.
Supporters.
He's got kids.
I got kids. I'm coaching. What do you want me to do? But no, I'm like, I have to go. Like, I would see Cody would send videos of it. I'm like, God, I need to be there. I want to go. It's just made me want to. Next year, I'm like, I'm going to be attending a bunch of those games, man. It's cool to have something like that to look
front
forward to.
runner is what I'm calling.
Hey,
it.
whatever you
Yeah.
need. It's community. You're talking about
You want to
community
go to
support.
some Cal State East Bay games? The San Diego City
They're
games, too?
undefeated.
It was
no,
cool. It was
yeah.
cool seeing all the local support and
Yeah.
the amount of guys that like would come from the rec that you guys play with in the mornings. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like that was amazing. When we played Sonoma Academy, the other head coach Kevin Christensen was a Sonoma State alum.
Right, right.
So to see all the Sonoma State people who were there, Coach Rascaldo was there,
cool.
Geltz was there, like the baseball coach was there. So seeing all those supporters and all the football coaches, he said that his 8th grade coach was there in the last game, and
Yeah, when it was before Lawrence Jones, it was Creekside, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, my 8th grade basketball coach came and talked to me and was like just so proud. And I think that's part of it too, is just
That's
like
super cool.
being able to see that guy that I looked up to, right, when I was 13, and now he's like just congratulating me and like
What a
super
good
proud,
feeling, yeah.
right? Super
Yeah.
proud of what we're doing, and that's
I mean, just being out in the community now and seeing like he said he was wearing a Rancho basketball shirt the other day, and it probably is this shirt because he only has a couple, but but just the guy was like, "Hey, is that a Rancho basketball?" Like normally
Just
it was
recognizing
well,
it.
normally it was, "Hey, is that a football coaching
Yeah,
shirt
yeah,
or
for
something?"
sure.
Like you coach
For
football,
sure.
but now it's like, "Hey, our basketball program is." You know, last year they had a great year too, and so be able to build off of what they had last year and kind of get the support from the school and the buy-in from the school is. I think the biggest thing, you know. And,
I gotta say the swag is off the hook. Like this hat's dope.
That-
Sure.
that's,
I'm wondering if
uh,
there's a link that we could add to the video in the description to send people to the store to get some of the swag.
so this is actually from Mark from Innovative Screen Printing. So
Okay, there we go.
Shout out to
Alright,
Mark.
shout out to Mark.
He does a lot
Shout
of
out
stuff.
Sheila, yeah.
No, this is
Yeah,
dope.
Yeah.
they help us out a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
They're great.
No, I'm really proud of you guys. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys, taking a moment to
Yeah.
kind of share your success with us. Hopefully a lot more of this is going to come. And I would say I appreciate it too from an alumni perspective. I know we've gotten more involved with like the games and doing stuff like that too.
Yeah.
There's a long history of guys that have been a part of the Rancho program that
are still local.
Yeah, still
here.
local
Yeah.
and still really excited for it. And I think that there's still an opportunity to get more guys and maybe more involvement. So maybe that's some stuff we could talk about.
Well, yeah, and I want to touch on too, like you were saying, right? Those sold out games, like me and my friends would be at that game at those games with my parents, right?
Yeah.
And watching as like a young kid.
Uh-huh.
And also too, like you probably don't remember, or you might, but like like you, Zach, like guys like that, like they were like the stars of the Rancho team, right? And you guys would be at the rec center, and I'd be shooting by myself. You guys come up like super cool with me and
Chop it
like
up
take
a
me
little
under,
bit.
yeah, and it's like like those kind of things like that kind of help me get to where I'm at, right? And I'm like, if I could kind of be what they are, what they were to me,
That's cool.
like that would be awesome. Looking up to these guys, watching them.
And you're saying that too, and I remember it even going to the rec center, and not just the guys that played at Rancho, but the dads, that
Yeah.
were there and
Right.
playing too.
Yeah.
And now that's
It's
us,
passed down
right?
from
And so we get to
generation to
play
generation.
as a dad and an old guy, in the community that's playing with the kids for
Yeah.
the team
Yeah.
currently. So it's
Yeah.
like,
And now
It's-
your son's going to.
and my son gets to go to the gym and he
Yeah.
gets to watch all this, and so
Yeah.
he's going to have these
It's full
memories as
circle,
well,
yeah,
right?
it's
And
full circle.
it's a trip, dude.
It is great. It's
The
crazy.
rec's been
yeah, it
around
is
for a
crazy.
long, long time, and I've seen a lot of baskets.
So if I could ask this, maybe this kind of like be the final question here. But what's the off season plan looking like for you guys? What's the expectation going into off season next season, all that stuff? Where are we at?
We'll give them a few weeks off, and then we'll start in the weight room. We'll start some open gyms, and just working on their craft, and hopefully getting the younger kids to get better, and hopefully they saw the work that we put in, and seeing how we really should have been further. We should be playing in Fremont right now.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, great.
but realistically, hopefully those younger guys see how hard the upperclassmen were working.
Yeah.
And saw what it really took, and the dedication and the commitment level that it did take,
And the reward.
right?
Yeah,
like
what you get.
seeing how they were up in the stands, watching how exciting it was to be in those games late in the season.
Yeah.
And
And I hope some of those kids do go on and continue to play too. And there might be, hopefully there are, and just knowing that there's more opportunities after this too, right?
Yeah, for
and,
sure,
and you
yeah.
guys are giving them those opportunities. And to be honest, most kids that get recruited are coming from good programs. That's why you see a lot of kids that go to certain schools to get recruited.
Right,
out of
the
those
school
programs.
has a reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. If you're the best player on a team that doesn't win a single game, it doesn't really matter, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So you guys are building something to hopefully your role guys, you know, and
Yeah.
guys that are third, fourth, fifth best players, you know, those are the guys that are still getting looks too,
Yeah,
because of the culture and the team and the success that you guys have built together. So
Yeah,
that's a testament to you guys.
and to talk about connections too. Like we have a guy who wasn't for sure if he wanted to go to certain colleges, and now he came into my classroom today. He was like, "Hey, I'm open to anything." Right, so I make a couple phone calls,
That's
and
cool.
now he's going to open gym tomorrow.
It's cool.
That's cool.
And then a Montgomery kid, you know, I reached out to the Monterey Peninsula coach because he's a good friend of ours from Sonoma State, and he was like, "Hey, is there any good kids in your area?" And now there's a player from Montgomery going next week to go to visit the school.
That's
It's
cool.
like,
And he's a great kid too.
Great kid.
We grew up playing with his dad.
That's cool.
With Kev. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and I've talked to Kevin about his son playing. So
Yeah.
the fact that you're saying that and hearing that now because he was going to school to become a pilot, which I
Yeah.
think it's probably still his path.
probably, yeah.
But it's cool that like he has an opportunity to play somewhere because he is. He's a good ball
Is
player.
that
Yeah,
Kev
he's a
Eng?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
wife is a principal in the district that I teach.
That's
Yeah.
Small
community.
See, we're all connected. We're all connected.
And that basketball community is even
Oh, I
smaller.
love
Yeah.
it. Man. I love it. That's
so
so
we're
cool.
we're trying to do we're trying to get back to the Cougar basketball camps over summer. So we're gonna try to fly some free like sessions on a weekend sometime here pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Cool.
Just like for like
Just to get some feedback, just to
hours,
see how
yeah.
many kids we can get interested in the summer camps, and then try to do a couple summer camps this
Well,
summer.
if you guys need volunteers for that, I'm happy to help out too.
Cool.
So I would love to be a
Appreciate
part of that.
Yeah, that'd be great, man.
I've been thinking about that a lot. There's a lot of different programs out there, a lot of different stuff for the kids, but there's not a ton of stuff here locally too.
Correct.
And so it would be awesome if we could do a
Tap
little bit
into
more.
that.
Especially Sonoma State was doing it, right? They were doing a lot of the
Exactly.
camps.
Yeah,
It's
that's
now gone,
yeah.
so.
So many kids went to that Sonoma State basketball camp.
Right.
Guys, thank you so much for your time, man. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Great
This
season.
is great.
Yeah.
Good luck
pleasure.
with the
Yeah,
continued success.
Yeah.
Tune in. See you next time. That was dope.
Hell yeah.
That was dope.
That was fun.
That was fun.